One, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Mic, roll. So there is this tie-dye kid, right? And he walks up to this steal your face and says, "Hey, I know you. I know you. You're a steal your face. You protect the tie-dye kids." And the steal your face thinks, um, well, the steal your face immediately says, in his mind, he says, "You don't know those people anyway. Strangers lit up like the reds and blues." And then so the tie-dye kid feels comfortable with the steal your face enough to take all that he owns, or the shirt off his back, and snoop into his wallet for his identification card to find out his address, and then walk over to his parents' house and attempt to murder them. Or his address is on his wallet. So that's what the tie-dye kid says. He says, "I'm a crack cocaine," and I says, "Nothing at all, nothing at all," and then takes the shirt off your back after he sleeps in his house. And we'll get to that in a minute. There was a little bit of a. So the tie-dye kid says to the steal your face, and the steal your face says, "You don't know those people anyway. Strangers like the reds and blues." Reds and blues, not the red, white, and blues. Well, there's like the reds and blues, lit up like the reds and blues, and you don't know those people anyway. Meanwhile, the tie-dye, he says, "I'm on crack cocaine," and in his head, it's all confused. Or he says something similar to that, and he says, "I'm selling crack cocaine and this and that. My parents are Hartford cops, and I'm here with a I don't really know crack cocaine," etc. says. So he goes through that and this and that, and snoops in the wallet and finds the address, and then goes on his way feeling comfortable, or feeling, after taking the shirt off his back of the steal your face sort of guy. Well, bluntly, he says his name. He goes, "Oh, my name's Mike Gusto. My parents are Hartford police, and I'm not giving you my identification card. You can have your jacket back. That's it. I will not trade identification cards." I says, "So, your name's Mike Gusto?" And he says, "Yeah, that's what I told you my name was. What are you going to do about it? I just slept in your house. I showered in your shower. And I have things to do. So my name's Mike Gusto." And I says, "I'd like to see your identification card." And he says, "No. And I'm going to show up, and because I know where you live and you don't know me." And so earlier he says, "I'm on crack cocaine and I sell crack cocaine." And I was, "Oh, well, I'll lose you," and then walk home. And over the course of, he gives all this story. "Oh, the shelter and my girlfriend," and this whole big long grift. Supposedly, I mean, if he's not trading identification card with me to verify his last name, and he's being rude over phone, he says. Or maybe he didn't even give me his phone number. He gave me someone else's phone number. Maybe he gave me my own phone number, and everything got confused, and it's going to get worse. Things could get worse. Things could always get worse. Well, nothing bad's ever happened. Things could always get worse from that. So we were going over, there was this tie-dye kid, and he walked up to the steal your face, and he says, "I feel safe with you." And the steal your face says, "You don't know those people anyway. Strangers lit up like the reds and blues with no whites about it." Well, the blue light is, you're allowed to speed when you have the blue light on. The red, blue, same time is, you're allowed to speed and maybe knock people off the road or something. People have to move over when the red, blue, same time. So, but what's the white? There's no white. The white would be the flashlight on the other side of the Beretta. As far as that, and as far as that. Meanwhile, we're attempting to make an upload to everyone to further, like, if you'd like to stay up with Drew Carlson or the Andy C. Newland, the Drew Carlson Facebook, to keep in touch with the Drew Carlson. I did this and I did that, and I don't really have And is it an emergency? I'm not sure. I says, I've been talking to this person in confidence because I don't feel comfortable calling the emergency. So I said that weeks ago, and I've been talking to her in confidence. And the last one and before, and could all just be some kind of big dream misunderstanding that doesn't exist. Um, so meanwhile, I've got to make a YouTube upload. He says, my name's Mike Gusto. Last night at about, well, he went to sleep on my couch at 3. And before that, he gave a big whole lying sob story grift about how he's a felon, a bunch of stuff, and slept on my couch, used my shower. I bought stuff with food stamps for him at the local bodegas. Didn't feel comfortable all the way with him. So there was that. And then there was, yeah, we're doing the record, and then we're going to do an upload, and then we're going to share it with Facebook. Hopefully make the thing private, but that hasn't worked in the past. So, and hopefully some people of power or authority or something will be able to understand. Yeah, well, it was 3:30 last night, and then, well, he's gone now, but he said he'll be back, is what, to give my thing back, and that's it. I said, well, maybe we can get in touch later when I call later to exchange last names and identification mark, identification cards, IDs, last names, IDs. We were acquaintances. We're beginning acquaintances. I thought he was a peer. He's about my age, and this and that with his parents. So what he said, or he said he was about my age, and he said his parents and that. And I figured, okay, so he's like my peer. I'll get to know him a little bit better, and nice and slow. He says, I don't want to know you any better. I'm going to show up at your house. I'm going to lead you on more with no proof or evidence, and then show up at your house, like your apartment, like where you stayed before. So, well, that's what he said. If that was even him in the text. Before, and a big long grift, and he walked, and he slept on my couch, and he used my shower, and then he's gone now. Worst case scenario is he was attempting to go to the address he read on the identification card to commit murder. It's taken seriously. Best case scenario is not best. If anything, at the best, it would be a 59 failure. Thank you for my jacket. Now get that away, or else. Suppose is the best case scenario. He gets a grade 59. I said, well, that was a bad meet at the bar. Well, it was a worse meet after the bar. Well, I wasn't even intoxicated, so that was not good either. But so best case scenario is I just never see him again. So he just goes to jail forever for whatever the heck, probably pretending to sell crack cocaine on the side of New London city streets. Whether he was lying about it or not, that's an offense and against the law over there, as far as I know. So there was that, and then whatever else he did afterward, if he could beat it out of him. And then I just never see him again. So there was that, and then there was, that's about it. We'll call it, say, 9 minutes ish, or suppose. Oh, the jokes. Well, there was a tie-dye kid, and he walked up to the Steely Face and says, I feel comfortable with you. And the Steely Face says, you're a stranger. We don't know you. I don't know you anyway. Reds and blues, and whatever about that. It was a Reds and blues. It was a tie-dye, or it was a tie-dye and a Steely Face, and they got together, and they were. That's about. Well, that's the good. That's the good. And I'll say about chick. 2 2 2 2 2 2 3 2 1 check.